Hello, this is Mator, the creator of the Ghost Froom, and this is my explanation video for the Ghost Froom. This explanation will be recorded in segments. The first segment is about general information and settings. The second is about the Ghost Shroom. The third, the Shroom Lift. The fourth, warp launches. The fifth, the PPR launch and other Frooms. All of these segments will be recorded live because I feel I have too much to explain to just take old footage and do a commentary over it. It's also easier for me to explain things this way, I feel. My goal is to make clear the legitimacy and difficulty of the Ghost Froom while also sharing with you some technical details to help you understand how it is possible. I understand some of you may not be so interested in these technical details and have thus made less in-depth versions of these explanation videos which you may find more palpable. With that out of the way, let's get started. I recorded the Ghost Froom in Halo Combat Evolved PC version 1.08. This is not the most up-to-date version of Halo. The most up-to-date version of Halo is version 1.09. However, when the version 1.09 update was released, it broke the association of certain third-party programs with Halo. These programs were important to me, so I stayed on version 1.08 and got Mator's version changer, a handy modification which allows me to simulate different versions of Halo. I will demonstrate that. This is Halo's console right here in the lower left-hand corner. It essentially allows me to execute certain commands. Version changer adds commands to console. So the first command, which I'm going to show you, is just version. This tells me the version of my executable and the version that I'm simulating. As you can see here, it's version 1.08, as I said before. Now if I type in version 1.09, it changes my version to version 1.09. However, the version of my executable is still 1.08. So, I'm able to host and join servers on version 1.09, but I'm still able to use the third-party programs which only work on version 1.08. This is very, very handy. So yeah. I then also used Flycam and Fraps. Flycam lets you detach your camera from your player. It let me get all those really nice cinematic shots. And that's important to me. I like the cinematic shots. It's good for presentation. Fraps is what let me record stuff in-game. It's essentially the Halo PC or PC equivalent of a capture card. It's software which lets you record what you see on your screen. Now, the kicker. I used no cheats, hacks, developer mode, trainers, mods, or any other third-party programs in making the Ghost Froom. It was done entirely legitimately. I did not cheat. I did not mod. I did not hack. I did not use trainers. I did not teleport myself. I didn't use any of those developer commands. I didn't use any of that. I did this all entirely legitimately. If you got me a vanilla copy of Halo, I could make the Ghost Froom. Totally, absolutely. Okay? Cool. Moving on. Game types. So, Halo has these handy things called custom game types. From the main menu, if you go to multiplayer, edit game types, you can see all of your current custom game types, edit them, and create new ones. Right now I'm just going to go into my stunts game type. Game options, oddball. Oddball is important because it allows you to set the trait without ball to damage resistant. This means that all players who do not have the ball or aren't the juggernaut will be damage resistant. Now, how damage resistant, one might ask? They actually don't even specify here, but experiments in game suggest that it's about twice as damage resistant, twice as resistant to damage as a normal player. So this essentially means you can take twice as much damage. Pretty handy. Team play? Yes. Time limit? None. Player options. Maximum health, 400%. This, combined with damage resistance, gives you essentially 800% health. Very handy. Shields, yes. Respawn time, instant. Respawn time growth, none. All pretty self-explanatory. Item options. Infinite grenades, heavy weapons, generic. This is the equipment that you normally use for doing launches, and stunts in general, so that's why I have that set there. Vehicle options. Custom, 4 of everything. This is because, well, we like our vehicles when we stunt. And this is not the same as default, which looks like it's 4 of everything, but doesn't actually spawn as many as custom 4 of everything. Red team and blue team, same thing. Vehicle respawn time, never. I think that's pretty self-explanatory as well. Indicator options, not all that important. Friend indicators on screen is kind of handy. Team play options, friendly fire off. Now this is really important. This is what makes all the launches I do possible. Essentially, whenever my teammates throw grenades at me or explosives, or whenever I try to warp launch someone, or whenever I hit someone with a vehicle, if they're on my team, they don't get hurt and they don't die. And vice versa. This is what makes all the launches possible. This is what makes the Ghost Froom possible. This is probably the most important setting. Anywho, that's that. Now I'm just going to create an internet game on Blood Gulch with my custom stunts game type. Now, something else to note. When I made the Ghost Froom, I was always the one hosting the server. This is because I can't do the shroom lift off host, because there's just too much lag. I can't do a shroom lift with lag because you get desynchronizations, which is where things look like they're a certain way on your screen, but according to the server, they're a different way. Desynchronization between you and the server. And with a shroom lift, that's fatal. Essentially, you can't do a shroom lift with lag. It's just absolutely impossible. So anywho, this is the end of part 1. I will hopefully see you in part 2.